Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining me here today. First of all, I have to start apologizing because my neighbor still didn't finish uh, remodeling her house. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope not, but I hope this doesn't mean any disconcentration. Okay. Um, it is very interesting the process of being in here with you guys, and I've got to say this because it's like this. I go to God and I'm like, "Hey, what will be the next thing?" And then He inspires me to something, and then I go like, "Really? Yeah, yeah, that thing? Yeah, really? Okay then, okay then." And then like, oh my God, will what will I say about it? What will how am I gonna manage such a big responsibility of a thing like this, right? And it's funny my conversation with God because it's like this. It's usually a kid, I'm the kid. It's usually a kid asking and making questions, and he's usually like, "Hey, everything will be all right. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Okay, from your perspective, I know it feels like this." But what you're doing to me here, it's very delicate to not know. I'm the person who likes to know stuff, and when I don't know, I get uncomfortable. And this process is really interesting because inspirations, there are inspirations, right? So they come naturally, and we have to flow on it, right? And just recently, I got caught by this music from Matt Simons, and it deeply touches my heart every time I hear it. Every time I hear it, it's unbelievable how every time I'm listening to it, it will always touch my heart. So I know that this is like a sign in my way of talking to spirituality. When I listen to a song that really touches my heart, it usually contains a message that is really or eye opening or heart opening for me. And that also comes with a message of something that I will evolve to or that I will live. The way of communicating with me is very magical to me, and that's why I love these invisible, kind of invisible, but not so much invisible beings. They are really helpful to me. Okay, and it so happens that this music is very powerful to me, so I will read it because um, the message is really, 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 really deeply touching my heart. So it's like this. There's a place I go to where no one knows me. It's not lonely, it's a necessary thing. It's a place I made up to find out what I'm made of. The nights I've stayed up counting stars and fighting sleep. Let it wash over me. I'm ready to lose my feet. Take me off to the place where one reveals life's mystery. Steady on down the line, lose every sense of time. Take it all in and wake up that small part of me. Day to day, I'm blind to see and find how far to go. Does it touch your heart as it touches mine? This music it's really calling me for adventure. Now, this is interesting because I like adventure. I have been preparing myself to live my big adventure, like a big dream adventure that I have. And it feels like this music is telling me just go. And I wanted this theme also because we're in the full moon, and the full moon, it is really empowering to me. The full moon is like bringing together all the parts of me to be my full being. And that is also interesting. When I'm talking about me being my full being, I know that there are some people who feel like we can't be shared, but my opinion is that we can be shared. We can be divided, because your attention is without limits, unlimited. You can take parts of your attention and spread in some places throughout the world that contains the information that your spirit is searching for to help you to live what you want to live. And in the full moon, I feel like I it's the summarizing or summing point where I take all the parts that I left everywhere to search for what my spirit is looking for, and then I gather them all back again into me to be my full being as a full moon, and get connected with everything that my spiritual perception or attention caught everywhere else in the world. And why this is about love, why this is let me get this a bit, just a bit, because my choice was very specific. The choice for the theme was very specific. Yeah, and the thing is, why does it feel like remembering how to love? It's like this. So everything is going on in your life, and sometimes things feels a little wrong. They bother us for a little, like my neighbor renewing her house and her noise for the last 2 weeks. Of course, noises they bother us, right? And sometimes we feel like there are mistakes. We feel like something is incorrect around us, and we have this feeling of upsetment, and we're feeling bothered. But yet again, we are a whole being, and we are kind of unlimited, because this is the function of our attention. Our attention can do this, can put us everywhere and bring us back to understand everything in the present. And I do am a believer of that thought, that there are no mistakes, because mistakes are specifically put there to help you out for a reason. For example, when we're in traffic, when we're in the middle of a bunch of cars, and we are like, oh my God, how could I take the wrong route when I really needed to be fast? So you feel like you should be fast, you feel like you should be running to your destination, but actually a bigger force comes interfering on your path, your way, and will cause a traffic, and you will have to go slow. And you get so upset because you really needed to go fast. You had a commitment, you had this scheduled appointment, and you wanted to be there on time, but life caused it to not allow you to do so. And this is really funny to talk about it today, in my opinion, because this specifically today I got like 17 minutes late to being here because I was facing internet problems. And sometimes we cannot win their service, right? If there is something is going on with their service, you're in their hands, right? You're like, okay, the problem is just happening. I cannot win over it because it's just there. I don't have my power to change that. And have you ever thought that maybe that traffic was put in your life to protect you of something? Did you ever think that maybe because in a certain moment of your life you will have to be in another appointment that had no schedule, that had no time arranged previously, you will have to by mistake. Okay, I'm not a believer of mistakes, but let's use a world's expression, right? So by mistake you will find yourself in the right place in the right hour, looking at the right people, and facing a new situation because back then and sometime before you got stuck on a traffic that you didn't expect to happen because it was not expectable. It was not as in rush hour. You were just there and it just happened to have a traffic situation going on for whatever reasons, okay? And in this point, I feel like the song, I feel like every single detail that puts you to worry and that causes you to think overwhelmingly of something that you cannot find a solution. It is weird, right? Because I'm saying it like this: oh, let's not worry. Worry, it's something that hurts our minds. It restrain our energy. It constrain our spiritual power. So let's not worry. Let's not lose our mind energy on something that we cannot fix. But it's actually like this: when you're worrying about something, and believe me, I believe there are no mistakes. When you are worrying about something, this is not just about you worrying. When we worry about something spiritually, we're passing another type of message that is actually saying, hey, I really want this to work. Guys up there above, I really want this to work. I really, please help me out. I'm trying to think everything I can in all the ways that I can to try to find a solution for the way I want that to work. And I'm not finding it by myself. So while you're doing this, while you're worrying, while you're really wishing for something, the underlying message is this: you really want that something. And when you want something, I love this reality, okay? This reality is has a secret that some people already got it and some didn't. This reality has a secret. I love that secret. I have told here about this before, but it's true, okay? So when you are looking for something, it is not that you are looking for that something. It is different. It's because our spirits have no limits, and because in spirituality there is no time, your spirit can be everywhere at any time. And when you are feeling some sort of anxiety to live something, to live an experience, what you do, what your spirit does for you, is that your spirit goes in front of us, as it is biblical, right? And your spirit goes in front of you to a point in time in your future, and we'll see what you are living, and we'll get back to tell your heart what you will live. So from that point on, it's not that you're looking for it, is that you are being warned that you will live it. And that combination is really magical because you're thinking you are wishing for something. You are not wishing, you are being called. You are being called, and it's not just about being called, you are calling it together while it is calling for you. So everything that you are wishing for, it's not just you wishing, it is the future telling you that you are going to live it. So when we're kind of worrying, we are not just worrying, we are actually saying to the whole spirituality realms that, hey, I really want to live that, please tell me how to live that. Can you, I really want to know the next solution to go to the next step of that thing that I want to live. And it is very interesting how my conversations with the bigger force goes, because lately I have been finding myself in some doubts. I'm facing some doubts like, oh my God, will I be able to do all of this? Am I leveled up to this? Am I enough to make that come true? I mean, because I have such big dreams. I have so many big dreams. And am I in that level of making those dreams come true? Because I mean, they're so big and I'm just a teeny tiny human, you know? Am I going to be able to make all of that come to true? And actually, because I get anxiety sometimes. I go to that place that no one likes, that you just really want something, you cannot get rid of the feeling. And lately it has been super interesting because he got me a message. He, the bigger force, the bigger original seed, my great love, he has been telling it to me like this: hey, why don't you just continue to see where you're heading to understand where you will arrive? And I'm like, oh, but what if I don't get to? What if I'm not enough for it? What if I'm too just a teeny tiny human for it? What if? And he's like, hey, just give one step at a time, okay? Don't be in December. Don't be in November. We're still in April. Be in April. Be in April 25th. Be aligned with what you're living. And just give it a little step. Don't think about December. Just give the next step. Let's see where we're heading out to. And I find myself to be a little bit crazy, okay? I'm a little bit from the moon because I really wanted that. I really wanted to open my mind to be able to find the most awkward and weird solutions that could make my mind be so open that I could have life normal solutions, society normal solutions, and other worldwide solutions and creative people solutions. So I do consider myself to be very open minded because I feel like this will help me keeping everything open. And when I say this, I'm actually understanding that even though I have a different way of doing things, realizing things, and creating my own path, sometimes I feel like this is not going to be leveled up to my dreams. But actually, when I do little by little, when I go activity by activity, sometimes I face this feeling that tells me, hey, don't worry, you're heading out there. You're going there. Just don't cry for it right now because you're building it right now. You don't need to cry while you're building something. Not talking to you, talking to myself because I'm not. Maybe you're not crying, but I do cry a lot. So most of all, when I get into that anxiety state of something that I really want and I'm not so sure that I will get to live, and they are like, hey, don't rush yourself into anxiety. Don't be in December, don't be in November asking yourself if it worked out. Being here and do little by little, and while you're building. And the main thing of this journey is not about the destination, is about what you learn while you are in the journey. And also, when you arrive at the destination, which was supposed to be the destination, it will keep continue feeling like the a part of the path of the journey, and not the destination itself. Because when you reach that destination, you're already looking for the other destination, and it goes on, right? um and when I'm connected to this force that tells me, hey, just give little step, little by little. And he's telling me, if I were you, I would just continue my path just to see where it goes, where it leads you to. It is like if he was saying, hey, you already got it. The part of you that is getting in your way is just your fear of not getting it. If you take the fear of not getting it aside, and if you put that fear aside and you ignore that fear, and you just keep going step by step, little by little in that path, you are already building it. Now, don't be anxious because you're building it. If you really want to reach that destination, you have to build it on the now. But if you are building it, you are already constructing your path towards there. Oh, but what if the destination is not necessarily what I wanted, what I wished? Okay, now there is a point in here where reality. I love reality. Reality is in based on truth, and truth is like love, and love is God. So when we're touching reality and when we're touching truth, we're touching love and we're touching our spiritual parts. And why am I saying this? Because it's like this. Sometimes it will look like you build a future, you want to make it come true. But reality checks, they sometimes are brought upon us to keep our dreams into reality, because if our dreams are matching reality, then we are building something that is real. And while I build my dreams, and my dreams are seeming a little bit too big, and I feel like I may not get it. Okay, because I do have big dreams, okay? Uh, it's like if reality checks was always walking around together with me. Hey, I know your dream is that, and it will be done, but you don't have to do it only by yourself. Maybe you have some other people with the same dream, and you can combine all of that to bring all that people together to make the dream come true. And this is it's really like large, because when you build a dream and you want that to come true and you're building it step by step, sometimes on that path you need to be corrected, and that's the reality check. You will be corrected because you will need to be brought down to the reality, so you can take a very high dream, very from above, into reality. You will be able to bring it to a place in which you will know that you're building it to find that something really huge and big, and the reality comes to say, hey, you have to like make it fit into reality. Even though this is really big, and I know that there are people who can do it that big, it doesn't mean that it won't be that big, but you have limitations. And if you have something really big going on in your mind and you will need other people to make that come true, reality will bring you to reality chats in order to make you not create an illusion for yourself. And this is why you're actually being helped. So sometimes that traffic that you didn't expect but it got put on your way, remember to thank it. Even if you're hating it, even if you're completely upset about it, even if you are, oh my god, I can't figure this thing out, stop, breathe, thank for being alive, and thank for whatever is holding you back at that moment. So it should go like this: hey, I don't like the situation in which I'm now, but I know that my spirituality is above and beyond my conscious intelligence. And I would trust that I love myself enough to make myself create the reality I'm looking for. So even if I'm in this traffic, even if this is, I completely hate it, thank you, because I know that this traffic was put in here for me so I could be at a place that I want to be, with the right people in the right time in the right place, that I am not consciously creating. I am subconsciously and spiritually helping it to be created. And it's really hard to build a dream alone, isn't it? Because sometimes our dreams, they're so, you are being so pioneer and you are being so original and you are being so creative, and it feels so big that you wonder if something that big could really come, be brought and be created in this reality. And because this feels so big to you, you're probably right, that is so big to you. So in order for you to make that happen, life will need to put you in the right places, in the right hours, with the right people that you were not expecting to find. So sometimes think for that traffic. Sometimes think for that, those documents that fell down on the street and you needed to go down on your knees to gather all those documents, or whatever it is that make you feel like you're being a little late. No, believe me, you're not late. You are in the precise hour of where you want to be. It's just that the combination of things to make real big dreams come true, they're so big, but they're so big, so big, guys, girls, it's so big that we don't understand how many things need to be moved in order for so many big things to come together. And this is the power of the full moon, okay? The full moon is the sum of all the phases, making a full integrated situation to be full, to be integrated, to be completed, to be completed, visualized. And why this is about remember how to love. So we're involved in big things, aren't we? We are involved in needing to work, needing to face some unpleasant things. We're needing to work on sometimes putting a fake smile on our faces to face some situations with some people that we maybe didn't want. Sometimes we are needing to face awkward things that we didn't want to face, but then it's there and that's reality, and we need to figure ourselves out through those uncomfortable moments too. And believe me, if you're building a dream, and if your dream is as big as mine, oh my god, you're gonna have so many challenges, so many challenges. And remember this, it is part of our reality, the roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster, the emotional and situational, if I can put it like that. It is normal from this reality, the roller coaster. So maybe sometimes you feel like you're getting it, and sometimes you're feeling like you're really far from getting it. But remember, all successes are built in challenges. So you thought that your dream was this very big thing and it was just going to be delivered into your life right on your hand? No, honey, it's not like this. You're gonna have to face challenging situations, and those challenging situations, believe me, they are put there to make you grow over, like, and overcome the challenge. And every time you overcome a challenge, you were like a little stronger, and you were like a little smarter, and you were like a little, hey, now I got it, I want a challenge. I want a small piece of challenge that was put in front of my reality for me to get where I want to go to. And this is very magical because when we're talking about this and our search for our dreams and the big things in life, and oh my god, people can dream very big, right? And sometimes we feel like small on the face of our dream or our big dream. But if you're dreaming it and if you're wishing it from your heart, believe me, it's not just you wishing, it's your spirit telling you, hey, you are going to leave it. Calm down, you are going to leave it. But sometimes, because let's suppose in 1 year from now, I will need you to meet some people. You will need to meet them in a certain place where they will be, and they will be there like doing a meal just by the chance, not because you scheduled. You will find the right people without scheduling. You will just run into them like an year and 2 months from now. And while you are going to meet those people just by chance, not because you scheduled, sometimes life will have to make you a little late to your current commitments, because life is preparing you to arrive at that point with that people in that place and in that hour by chance. Okay, not by chance, because it's not by chance, okay? It's precisely well planned to work out. But it's so big that sometimes you will not be able to see it. So really, it is a challenge when we're facing upsetting situations and uncomfortable situations. We just get angry, but there is a trick in there. Think for it. Think it with all your honesty. Think like a forces from beyond. You are seeing a way many more things than I am. You are not stuck in time. You are this limited beings that have no time limits. And you guys are seeing ahead, and for some reason you know that I need now to be stuck in traffic. And because you know more than me, thank you so much for making me stuck in this traffic, because now I know that I'm a little closer to reach that place where I want to be in, and I don't know how to get there. Because as I said in the previous life, the path that leads you to the most fast path from where you are and where you want to go, it is not like a mathematical logic. It's not just a straight line from one point to the other. No, sometimes in a spirituality there will be many curves and challenging situations, because it will use the path of least resistance inside of you to lead you there. And sometimes that bigger force also needs to create a challenge for you to overcome in order for you to find your inner strength, your inner power to reach that place and know how powerful you are, or how permitted, it's a better word instead of power, how permitted you are to reach that place. And when I say remember how to love, it's because like this, sometimes we're complicating things, and love is just as simple as a breath. Love is just about the second part of the music when he's saying, there's a place I'm going, no one knows me. If I breathe real slowly, let it out and let it in. It can be terrifying to be slowly dying, also clarifying. We end where we begin. So this is all on you. That worry, that upsetment, you can jump that, because the path that you already got in the future that doesn't really exist, that path that you got to reach, that was built little by little from your actions, would you rather arrive there crying, or would you like to arrive there laughing? And this is it. Sometimes we are so lost in our own minds that we forget that we already are love. And it's just a matter of breathing and letting it out and letting it in. And when you become that simple, when you come to that part of you, it's not, it feels like this. It feels like you're ignoring your dreams, or you are ignoring a part of yourself. But sometimes, believe me, that is necessary, because our minds, they can travel really fast, and they can go some places that we didn't even want to go and reach. And we are just complicating things, and we are ourselves or overwhelming those things. But when we get back to simple and just allow ourselves to like breathe or yawn or sneeze, life is just happening through us. And and if you are this good being, if you built your whole educational process, because it's not only our responsibles that build our education, we also choose how we want to be. If we want to be a good person, or an adventurous person, or a challenging person, or if we want to be a whatever we want to be, we also educate ourselves to be like that. So if you are educating your mind to always complicate and overwhelm you, you will construct that journey, but it will be unpleasant, because sometimes you will face those feelings of awkwardness, upsetment, and it is all a complication of your mind building this complication. When you are feeling like life is too complicated and things got way too big for you, just remember to breathe and let it out and let it in. Because if you if you build yourself to be an educated and good person that want to contribute with the society you're involved in, whatever if it is the society being your work or being your family or being your friends or society in general, if you chose with yourself to be a good person, it doesn't matter if other people see or not this way. Some people will see and some people won't. But if you know in your heart that you built yourself to be a good person, remember that those complicated moments are just your mind complicating them. And when you breathe and when you let it out and let it in, you are love again because you built yourself to be based on love. And I'm pretty sure you are, because this place in here in which where we are, this is for people looking for love. And if you're looking for love, you already are coming from love. And love find love. And I love love because love is reality. Love is true. Love is, oh my god, it's so real. And when you're facing reality and the truth, you are in touch with love. You are in touch with your most intelligent part of yourself. So if you complicate it way too much, this is a mind thing going on. But you are not the clouds, you are the clean sky, starry sky above the clouds. So remember to come back and just breathe, just let it out and just let it in. And remember to feel your life energy, that essence, that core life energy lying on you is your nucleus of love. That um, is there such word in English? Core, yeah, core. Core is a better translation. Your core being is love. That energy of life going on in you, up and down with every breath, that is pure love. So get out of the complications. Just breathe in and breathe out. It's not that you're abandoning your ideas. No, it's just that you're gathering inner strength to give more power to them, to bring a better part of yourself, to put more energy into that, to make it uncomplicated, okay? And now I already got late and I'm reaching about 30 minutes of live. But I apologize for that because I took away too much time. Maybe I went into too deep levels of idea to pass a simple idea, but I hope to have reached the idea that I wanted to come across with you. I'm always open for discussions. Please bring me your opinions. It will be really nice to be able to reply and build this knowledge together. I want to build this knowledge together, okay? So your participation means a lot to me. Thank you, Love and Moon Boutique, for this space of healing. Thank you so much for everything that you're bringing to everyone that will ever participate on this now or later. Uh, I do believe this is a place of healing. So, and the fact that it is in English and the fact that it's centered where it has a really large chance of reaching a lot of people throughout the whole world. I know that the forest, the bigger forest, the original seed, will take it to the places where it needs to be reached. And if you are watching this and if you like this space as much as I do, remember to get to know Love and Moon Boutique, because it's not just about the very many cool things you will find to make your house look like this spiritual moment of your life. It is also about being there to support you on any of your concerns. It's about to create this channel for trying to bring to earth and life these subjects that can sometimes help you to find faith and feel like understood. So thank you so much for being in here with me. Remember to pass on our page, Love and Moon Boutique, and subscribe to your membership to get that support, emotional support that all the subscribees will get. Thank you for being in here with me. Remember to give me your like and share with your friends that could like this subject, because this is how we will be able to grow. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos. Thank you so much. If you want to find me personally for tarot or astrology consultation, you can find me on Facebook in Bueno Astral. And I really hope we can connect and bring this knowledge together to grow. Thank you so much again. Kisses in your heart. I hope you have the best and most loveliest weekend, and that you have a joyful and blissful moment, that you can remember that in simple things in life, sometimes we find the most joyful moments, okay? Kisses in your heart. Be blessed. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.